Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm running Kids Summer School where we explore AI and ML techniques, break them down in a simple ways and build a real products out of them. It's fun, easy to follow, and anyone can do it. You won't want to miss it today's video because today I'm going to break a build a family expense tracker. Do you remember this figure from the young Sheldon or this one when Sheldon is trying to do their his parents expenses and then he does it in a pen and paper. But now today I would like to show you how you can use the AI and ML techniques that can actually build your expense tracker. So for these you need actually I added one more tools today beside ChatGPT and VS Code, which is a Python. So today we also used the Claude AI. So I'd like to show you how I use it and how I'm going to do it today. So let me share my screen so you can actually see what's going on behind it. So wait a second. Here you go. So I'm using today, there's a one more AI tool called Claude AI. Okay. So I said to the Claudia that, hey, give me, so look at my comments here. Okay. So generate a dashboard image for family expense tracker, right? I just asked them, right? So he gives me these things. It's a family expense tracker. It has a monthly income, total expenses, monthly savings, so and budget used. So basically, what is happening? I first want to see what will be my UI and UX kind of thing, and what I want to put it in there, and then I want to code it back in a Python, and I want to see the same thing in the dashboard there. Okay, so it was great, but then you can see that expense category was not good. Like it was not really good is happening from a UI or UX prospect. So tell me about UI UX is user experience kind of thing, user design. So that called UI and UX. So you can see that things is not really good happening here. So what I did is basically it's good, but then what I said to these AI or LLMs, actually I said like, hey, could you please resize to 9 is to 6 is to 9 frame. Okay. So actually he did it. So this person, this now look, it's so cool, right? It's that family expense tracker, managing a family finance, and it's simple. It has a monthly income, total expenses, monthly savings, budget, and then the expense category are divided into housing, food and dining, transportation, entertainment, healthcare, utilities, and all others. And then also you can see the monthly spendings are there. Okay. So basically what is happening is that you can track everything in your family, what is happening, and also like it shows that what are the recent expenses are there. It's pretty cool. Let's build it, right? So we try to build it these kind of UI or UX, but exactly might not be coming out that UI and UX. But like if you know the HTML part, which is background, it's here. You can actually ask the ChatGPT to build exactly how it is look like. But anyway, let's deep dive into the data and how it's working. Then we know what is happening there, right? So now I go back to another LLMs, which is ChatGPT. I always use this one. So what I did is basically first I asked them, hey, I want to build a family expense tracker. I need a daily expense data of my family of four. YTD means year to date, and then expense category is housing, food, dining, transportation, entertainment, healthcare, utilities, and others. And total monthly income is 6.5K. Let's see how it's built it, right? So now I go to these basically a VS Code terminal. Previously, I showed you before. What I'm going to do is, okay, I was running something else here. I have to turn it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the command palette and ask for another Jupyter notebook here. So it's give me another Jupyter notebook here. Let me delete this file because I'm going to create the same file here. Move to trash. Um, yeah, so this is a notebook. then what I do is, so see that ChatGPT already gave me all these data sets are here. So, but I just want to copy here, and then I'm going to paste it here, right? So you see, I don't want to take these particularly things, and then I want to display these data, right? So df expense dot head. Sometimes people put print there. I'll show you if you put a print what will happen, and if you just put just head, like what will happen. Oh my God. Okay, let me run. Oh, let's put 5. So it will display like, yeah, so you can see that it's written that it will be displaying the first 5 rows here. So let me run this thing. It's supposed to running. Yeah, it will ask you which Python it to run. I click on that and then it will come out here. So you can see whenever it says the circle is happening, so that means it's running. Even like you can see the things is running here. So basically it's building the code in the back end, um, and to see how it comes out, and then we can see there. Normally it doesn't take this long time to generate this small amount of data, but something is going on here. Let me interrupt here because something is not right. I just want to see what is happening here. Connecting to this thing. Let me close this one. Don't save. Uh, Open another one, new one, new file. So it'll ask me Jupyter IPNB. So I open that one. Then I paste this my code. Then I take out this part, and then I route out df expense that one and dot head. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to print out the first 5 data sets, how it's look like. Python environment, let's choose 3.10.8, which was I was using before, and it was working pretty good. So let's see how it's connecting to the Python. You can see the same thing is happening here. Python 10.8. Yeah. So you see that this already started. Yeah. So that's basically it, right? 2.8 second it should take it. So now you can see that's how pretty cool it's coming there. You can change it to any number. So then that number will be coming here, like the 10 rows. But also like people do like sometimes code do is like print. When the print comes, then it actually display little weirdly. So you can see, yeah, so it's broke down. It's more like an array kind of thing. It's printed there. So for visualization saves or for like for QA QC kind of thing, yes, I put it there. Okay. So anyway, so you can see the main thing is the data is there: housing, food, dining, transportation, entertainment, healthcare, utilities, and others. Data there, and I ask for the daily data, so it gives me the daily things printout. But there's a problem here. There's a problem means what I think is um, because it asked the code, so it's give me a typically monthly allocation distribution. So that means like it's always each month everybody are spending in the same distribution, like 30% for housing, 20% for food and dining, which is actually technically doesn't happen in a family. You know that, right? It can be moves ups and downs. So basically, next time what I did is I ask it, hey, um, typical monthly allocation, this thing, this part, make it random. So I say like, no, this is not going to happen in a family. So I say like, make it random. So then it's generated a random code here, and I can see that it's generating a random code, but it's not generating the data part at the beginning. You can see it from here. So yeah, it was pretty cool and all the stuff it was asking me. Uh, but then when I pasting, it was not working. So then I asked like, hey, can you give me the full code so I can just take it and run, and it's just give it to me. So I copy now, okay, and then I'll just go back to my coding piece, and then I can just keep that one over there. Let run it, right? So then you can see this part, which is basically over here. Now it's a random category distribution, right? There was previously it was just typical monthly category per category was there, but now it's a random there, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of things is happening here. So again, you can see that it's trying to display the five rows, first five rows, and they're using print, and it's trying to save these one as a data. So I don't want to save these data because I don't need, but if you want, you can save it. Let's put a hash. Hash will comment it out, and then if you just run, we'll see that this is like a allocation was changed. You can see that housing is little different, with dining is little different and stuff like that. But also like it shows the five fast roads, but I don't want the print part is there. So I just want to delete these and I just want to keep as it is like the top head. So you can see that this is will be coming here. So it's much cooler. You can see how the stuffs works there. Now go back to my comment here. Okay. So now that was there, but then I realized that I did not put as a family name. I need to have put a family name attached to that. And then I assume that it has a four people in the family. So father, son, Tina, mother, sorry, father is son, and then Tina is mother, and son Jack, and Ruby is the daughter. So I said like, hey, attach the name to there. So it's look more real, you know. So they did it. So basically what I did is, yeah. So I copy this part, only this part, because I don't want to put this S tool out there. So this part, and then I went there and before print, because I know already it's the data frame already built it, but before printing, I just add it, right? Um, this code part, right? So you want to see how it happens here. It's only have a date and all the expenses. There's a no name there, but let me show you how it works. And also we have to change these one because you see these data expenses now is copied to the data random and then it's changing with the names and stuff there. So I have to, when I'm showing it, like I'll show you. So data expenses, it stays there, but if I change it to data expense underscore random, then it will shows me that the name will be there. You can actually show more, like 15. So then it shows all the data sets, how the spending is happening and stuff like there. Okay, it's pretty cool. Okay, um, then then the next thing is let's go to the next one. Okay, so now I said like, okay, data is ready, right? So now I want to build the dashboard. So that you remember the dashboard, I look to make it like this. But let's see how much I can go get closer. So I say like, hey, build a dashboard that shows the total income monthly, total expenses monthly, total savings budget used, and also the last month increase and decrease as a percentage in the tab. Be creative. Also build for whole family. Filter each person. So I can use the filter over there. So it's giving me the code, right? So it's giving me this whole code there, and I'll give all these codes in my description with this thing, and then I'll attach my GitHub to this. Okay. It was working, and then it's actually you can see that the ChatGPT it it actually make a mistakes, and by after making mistakes, it's also corrected. So then it gives me this complete corrected code over here. Okay. And I'll show you one by one what is written there and what they did, and then it says like how to run this thing. So basically then the dash will be ready again. So it's the same like last time. I'm going to use a Streamlit for the dashboarding purpose. So what I have to do is I just copy this one, and then here I have to go here. So for this time, I have to find a folder and I have to save it because it's a .py file. I have to find it out. So that's why I'm going to use my previous folder, which was the blank app I was using. Anyway, so um, yeah, okay. Let me save this part in the blank. Let me save this part in the desktop uh, as family dashboard. POD. Okay, nice. But then I open the another file. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is I'll create a Python file. Let's pay dot family dot py. I'm just creating right now. I exactly forgot the what the name will be there, but I'll come back. I'll go to these. Yeah, it's called family expense dashboard here dot py. I'll just go back to the folder here, and then I'll just try to close these ones. So it'll ask for savings. I save these, and then I'm going to rename this one. Okay, exactly the same name it's asked for. Anyway, so it's come here. So now you have to see. I can go to the another terminal and I can say open another terminal here. Actually, why the reason I open the terminal, it's actually written here. So first of all, like install all the dependencies. So you can copy this thing and run to terminal. I'll show you one time how it works. It's already my install, so it will not do anything. Only shows its requirement fulfilled. Yeah, see, requirement already satisfied. So it will not do anything. But the next part is running there. Um, so it says Python family expense dashboard, but I have to see that is it a Python or Streamlit? Streamlit. Probably it might not work because I'm running in a Python, and there's a one more error will might come about the dash. Yes, so it'll not work there. So what I had to do is basically I asked him, hey, just build it in a Streamlit. I don't want to do it in a Python because Streamlit is more cool and easily done. And then it's actually build it in a Streamlit. So again, it has an error, but it actually built it in a Streamlit. Okay. So then I copy this thing and paste it there in the code. Um, yeah, Control S, and then what I have to do is it will not work in a Streamlit comments, same thing here, but you have to remember we have to put like the Streamlit run family expense underscore dashboard, this comment. Then it will open the browser. Okay. Um, okay, let's run. Let's see what happens. Yes, it's open the browser. You can see, and in the backend, what was happening, you can see it here. Over here is you are getting there. So the first thing is coming, right? I generate a bar chart over here for the whole family. So the total expense, total income, total expense, total savings, budget used, and last one changes. It's coming there, right? It's whole family. Now, if you select, like, it's also there's a tab there for the whole family. So if you select Sean, so it will come there. You can see that they're earning the 6,500 their total expense, savings, budget, and the month. And then if you choose anybody like son, you can see the whole thing is changing. And also you can see that how much income, expense, and savings is happening each month from January 2025 to till now. It's happening, right? And there's also like raw data sets are there, so you can see what is the raw data and how this is aggregated over here. One more thing is here, if you look around that the whole family is earning 26,000, which is because the Sean and Tina and the Jack and Ruby, everybody in the family are earning the same money, the total income, which is like problem of a QA and UAT test. But for right now, QA is like a quality assurance and user acceptance test. But right now, let's not dig into that. The main thing is to show how to build a dashboard. So whatever is happening here is just to show you this kind of thing. Later you can change it anyway if you want. You can change it in that way. Okay. So next part is what is happening is yeah, I asked for that the dash is not working. What is hash? So they gave me the correct file anyway. So the next is, and also it told me to run it correctly. That's I did the mistakes that I did not run it in the Python one, right? So the next thing is um next thing I asked them to build something, the clean code, expense dashboard, sorry, key differences. Okay, anyway. So let's go there on it. It skips the version. Yes. So now I ask for, hey, add the expense category in a bar chart, right? So now it's the code get changed, and then now it's added. So what I did is copy pasted here. You just copy and paste here. Control S, when it's done. You don't have to do anything here. You just go there and refresh it. It should shows you in the bottom. Yeah, you see that there's a bar chart right here that it give you that each month, whatever the whole family, how they are spending on suppose like entertainment, then utilities and stuff like that. And then if you change the mother, so you can see that how much a mom is spending for the family over here. All this category. Okay, it's just a simple code. Ask the ChatGPT, it will give you there. Uh, so basically, what is happening, I want to explain in this part. Let me go back to my code, then I'll explain better. So here's the parameter. So basically, here it's all the libraries are installing, right? Now it's putting all the parameter here, which is like how much money you are earning, and then the category they are spending here, the family name, and then from today's date, it's fixing the date. So like from the today's date, which is exactly today, is June 14th, and then it goes because I said like year to date, so it goes to the that year, the first of the 1st January. So it will takes it, and then from the yesterday it makes the year to date kind of a like a date fixing kind of thing, like a, from where like 13 June to back there, right? So then random category, I already talked about the random category generation because it's a random budget. I said like make it as a random category generation, and then it's generate the data like daily data. I'll put these one in code into my GitHub link, and then it will be attached to your description box, so you can have it. Then monthly summary. So basically, it's have a daily. Now we have to aggregate to the monthly, right? So that's why it's making the monthly summary out of it, right? And then the dashboard building part, the Streamlit dashboard building part is happening one by one, right? So you can see that the title it says family expense dashboard. The page is also it says expense dashboard, and then the selected member whole family plus the family member we can select. You can see from the drop down box, which is basically here. This part, let's make it easy for here in the code. Then it's like shows the income, plot, savings, blah blah, then plot the expense category, that's I said, and then it shows the raw data, the raw data where everything is there, and then how it's building on top of it, right? Next thing I go to the chat GPT. So the last thing I ask him, it is like add the expense category in a bar chart. Then if you remember that it has the expense category in a donut plot in a bar chart. So I made a bar chart, I'll keep it there, but I'll want to make it as a donut also. So what I said, like give me a pie chart. Pie chart is exactly a donut chart or pie chart, similar. So it's give me the code again. There you can see it's adding the income expense savings, expense category stacked, and then pie chart it's building right there. Um, so let me just go and change the code here. Control F, Control S, and mhm. Now I go and change it here. So you see that whole tab are here. Then the monthly income, expense, and savings. Then expense category as a pie chart, it's coming here. So now you can change it and look at it in a different month. So you can see what is happening in which month they are changing and stuff like that, right? And then all the other categories are over here, right? And then even like if you go for just anybody, right? Daughter, then you can see how much she's spending for healthcare, others, utilities, and then you know the what are the details are there. So basically, you can see who is spending what, how much they are spending, and stuff like that, right? One thing you can do is you can compare also like daughter, mom, dad, and the son on the side by side. But that's up to you, right? How you design, it's up to you. Same thing, it says that run this, but once you have these one, then you don't have to do that. Then I said like, because you remember there's a line graph over here, the spending line graph. So that I said like, hey, add a line graph for monthly spending, total trend, expense, and income, right? So it's actually added here. Then I take it and then I go my code and then I change this code here. Control S, go back to my dashboard and run it, right? So it will show you that, yeah, so the expense graphs is there. Although it's because it's the earning is not much changing because suppose you're doing 9 to 5 job, you have the same earnings is there, but you can see that the expenses are getting some here and there. So you can, it's for the whole family. If you're doing the daughter, you can see that expenses little bit. February is up and is same as March, but then April is going down and stuff like that, right? So you know like where how much your daughter is spending, how much they're earning and stuff like that, right? It's pretty cool. I like it in that way, right? So anyway, the next thing, I think the last thing is there. It shows these thing and all this thing. Then I ask for the recent, basically at the recent expenses, right? I put it there. So ChatGPT doesn't understood that what I want exactly. So what it does is when I there, so it's hard coded that one. So when I look at the code, you will see in the bottom, all the way bottom, it's kind of hard coded. It's written there, the hard coded realistic example there. So I say like, no, I don't want to hard coded. I give it to them, right? So I say like, make it more like a generalized. I say like, do not, don't. It's sorry for my spelling mistake. Don't hard coded your data, okay? So what it does is it then it's generating me more realistic. So you will see that it is not like recent expense. It just takes out all the recent expense, no hard coded. Also, it's making mistakes, but then they finalize these one, right? Um, so you can see over here the whole family, the bar chart, stack chart, pie chart, line graph, dynamic recent expense there, right? So I just copy, paste it here, and then run it. Control S, and then I go back, I reset it. Then you'll see it's coming. Yeah, the recent expenses are over here. Okay. So overall, I know like it's feel like what I'm showing is it's much faster, the coding part and what is happening and blah blah, all these things happening. So the the thing I'm going to tell you that you can see that in a half an hour you can build these whole expenses for your family and build these whole data sets, data dashboarding there, right? So um, maybe when you run the LLM in your time period, what time you're running, it might not give you exactly the same code it's give it to me, but you got the overall idea that you can, the my main understanding is that you can build this thing using this kind of a command and tool that is more interactive product for you guys, right? If you like it, I will say please like, subscribe, and comments. And even your comments and feedback is very much useful for me to bring a new topic and discuss it newly in a new format if you want. Okay. Thanks for joining today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you.